up? I have a very exciting video for you. I am like enjoying this so much because of the smells, but this video I am going to show you the differences between the old Rose Jam Bubbleroon and the new Rose Jam Bubbleroon. Just to let you know, I will also be doing this with the Yuzu and Cocoa, but that will be a little bit later on, maybe in a week or two. Because I was just like looking at my LUSH collection when I was filming that video, links down there. I was looking at my LUSH collection and I realized I have an old one and I have a new one. So, and I don't know what this one is like because I haven't used one of these new ones yet. So why not show you guys and discover this together, what the differences are between the old Rose Jam Bubbleroon and the new Rose Jam Bubbleroon. LUSH decided to change up the look of the Bubbleroons last year. It was part of them rolling out new products at LUSH Oxford Street. They did change the formula and the look of quite a few of their products, but they didn't take them away. They didn't change too much. They didn't change the scents. None of the like real integrity parts of the products were changed. Just kind of like a facelift. As you can see, there is quite a big size difference. The old one is a lot smaller. Of course, the main difference that you can see right straight off the bat when you look at it is the color. This one is more of a dusty, light pink, light rosy color, whereas this is a hot pink Mamma Jamma. It is gorgeous. It draws your eye directly attention to it. As far as the scent, I can't smell a difference. Personally, this is one of my favorite scents, and as far as anything noticeable, there is nothing that is like standout noticeable. The only thing that I could see is probably because this one is just a little bit older, has a little bit more of a powdery smell. As far as another cosmetic sort of thing about these, this one is plain on the top and bottom, and this one, the top has a rose design on it and the back has nothing. And also where the rose design is, it is covered in like a clear glittery type of substance. From what you can see, this one also looks like it has quite a bit more of the sort of like butter holding it together, and this one didn't have so much of that. As far as doing this sort of review slash demo slash comparison, I will be using half for each, but just to keep it very objective and like fairness of the, you know, like the whole situation, I'm going to use the top half of each of these to see what the difference is. Real quick, I will do the close-ups of these two Bubbleroons so you can see what they look like, and then we will go on to the video of the comparison. Tonight I'm going to be using the old guy and age before beauty, you know. Tomorrow night I'll be using the new one. So super excited to try these out. Okay guys, so I've filled the rest of the bath up. I've gone through and done some of this to try and get more bubbles out of it, which is, you know, the standard way to get more bubbles is to agitate the water like that. And not massive amounts of bubbles, but it's okay because it does, part of it is like a bath melt, the part that holds the Bubbleroon together. As you can see, the color is a kind of dusty pink color, just like the bath bomb really, or sorry, the bubble bar. Okay, so I'm going to hop in the bath and then we will see what the new Rose Jam Bubbleroon looks like next. Okay guys, I just got done squishing up the bubbles and I think it is pretty clear to see that this one has much better bubbles. It was easier to make bubbles in this one and they turned out a lot better. Like, there's just tons of them. Especially over here, obviously, wherever the water hits, there's a lot more bubbles. The main difference, of course, is easy to see, and that is the color of the bath. It's hard to, you know, move the bubbles out of the way to see, but as you can see, it is much more of a hot pink, whereas the other bath had more of a dusty pink color. So stay tuned, and I will give you my full review. I'm gonna hop in now. Hey everyone, I quickly wanted to do my review of the two Bubbleroons, Rose Jam Bubbleroon prior to 2015 and Rose Jam Bubbleroon after 2015. So I did the little side-by-side comparison kind of thing. I took the older one first, and then a couple nights later I took the newer one with no other products, just by themselves, so I could really get a good grip on what changed. So based on smelling them, I mentioned this a little bit earlier in the video, the older one, it had to do, I'm sure, with something in the formulation of it, but the older one had a little bit of a powdery smell and a powdery more feel to it. Whereas the newer one was more of a buttery feel when like crumpling it, and more of a, I guess, buttery smell. I don't know. It smelled more of, like, you could smell more of the rose jamminess than this older one, which had the powdery and rose jam. In the bath, they both smelled the same. The gorgeous rose jam fragrance that we all love was present in both of the baths very, very well. They both probably threw the scent the same amount. The biggest difference is definitely in the color and the look of the bath. The color in the old one is a very dusty rose, sort of like old-fashioned looking pink color, whereas in the new one it is a vibrant hot pink, very, very bright and gorgeous color. In both of these baths there was some glitter or, you know, shimmer. The older one had less than the newer one. The newer one is a little bit more prevalent, which makes sense because, I mean, even just looking at the two bath bombs, or Bubbleroons, the older one had less glitter in it than the newer one. Okay, and I think that the biggest, most important difference was in the amount and quality of the bubbles. The previous, you know, lighter colored one was, it was very difficult to make bubbles. I mean, it was pretty difficult to make bubbles compared to the newer one, and the newer one made more, like, bigger bubbles, luxurious bubbles, and obviously made them a lot faster and easier. I timed the amount of time it took for the bubbles to disappear because I've heard so much about Bubbleroons, people complaining about the Bubbleroons bubbles disappearing, and I never really, you know, thought about that, and so I figured I might as well time it. In the first one, the the old formulation of it, the bubbles all were disappeared in about 22 minutes, like 20 minutes-ish. Pretty much it was all the, you know, mounds of bubbles were gone, and it was just sort of the stuff that's about, I don't know, very thin and just kind of is around the edges of the bath. And I could just see, you know, like the pink water. In the new one, it took, I take long baths by the way, the new one, it took about 35 minutes, so significantly longer for all the bubbles to go away. Obviously this has to do with, there was more bubbles in the new one, but also they didn't like pop as, or go away as easily. Some people say that these don't get as many bubbles because of that coconut and cocoa butter mixture that's holding them together, but I don't know that as a fact. But yeah, so that was the main differences. Of course, they are both gorgeous. I'm so happy that they reformulated these. I think that is probably doing really good stuff for the like sales kind of them and the people wanting to pick them up, because these Bubbleroons look gorgeous now, whereas before they kind of looked very plain, and they were kind of plain in the bath as well. But now that it's like hot pink and the yuzu is bright yellow and the green is like bright green, like I'm sure that people are really like kind of catch their eye to them just as much as, you know, like let's say the pink flamingo or something, you know. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I highly recommend you pick up a Rose Jam Bubbleroon. It is such a good Bubbleroon, and yeah, of course you can get, you know, 2 baths out of it, so why not? Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time. Bye! Hey guys, what's up? I have a LUSH haul for you today. How exciting. I absolutely love LUSH hauls. I do them all the time, and so I figured like I would film this one because I went to LUSH last night. If you guys watch LUSH live, you would know that there is